This is the perfect family SUV. I'll include a link to the Doug Smith Chevy's website in the description down below. Also include a link to my car buying guide. Let's get into it. Under the hood is a 3-liter turbo diesel inline 6 that goes through a 10-speed. Fuel economy is 20 around town, 24 on the highway, with power outputs being 305 horsepower and 495 pound-feet of torque. I'm trying to hit 500,000 subscribers before the end of the year. I'd really appreciate it if you'd help out with that. I feel like silver or black is kind of like the Tahoe go-to colors. We've got this new split light design, lots of chrome trim on the grille with this. Fog lights at the bottom as well as parking sensors. And altogether, it's a pretty good looking full size. Tire wheel setup is 265 by 65 by 18, silver for the coloration on the wheels. Got that big cut there in the fender, and then you can see the Tahoe badge. We've got fixed side steps and then body painted door handles with keyless entry. And then here's your side profile. This is where you can see they've gone premium for most of the trim pieces of them, and a little bit of cladding there at the bottom that's unpainted. Now taking a look at the key fob, we've got the Chevy bow tie there on the back. We have our lock and unlock function. That's for the remote start. That's to open up the hatch. That's to open up just the window that's attached to the hatch. We've got controls to raise and lower the third row. The second row you can just lower, and then we have an outlet next to all of that. A little bit of storage underneath the floor here, and the Tahoe has a decent amount behind the third row, but if you want more, Suburban, of course. And that is power, which is always nice. A little bit of lag. Pretty cool taillight design with the kind of smoked out theme, and then you've got all of your badges here, including the Duramax badge. So when it comes to the exterior, well, it looks like a Tahoe. Let's pop inside. Nice soft touch trim on the door panel with some wood trim. Don't think it's real though. Bose sound system, and we've got these nice seats, not perforated, so they're going to be easier to clean. Nicely labeled adjustments on the side of the seat. Good legroom here in the rear. We also have cup holders in the back. We've got our own climate zone with heated seats and some USBs. I got a USB port here in the back, and the third row itself has decent legroom. You can fit adults back here. And I am glad they have vents throughout the top here. Let's pop up front. Nice trim all over the front door panel, just like the back. Blind spot monitoring with the mirrors. We also happen to have memory seats, and then the front two windows are automatic. The mirrors also power fold in. 1697 is the payload capacity, 8,000 pounds is the towing. Nice soft touch trim here for the front seat. Power adjustments there on the side with lumbar support. Passenger side is also power adjustable with lumbar. Trailer brake controls integrated from the factory. You have shortcut buttons for the 360 camera, your parking sensors, auto stop, start, stability, hill descent control, parking assist, and your lane departure. Got a little light control setup to control the headlights and the fog lights, and then we have our drive line. So this is a part-time four-wheel drive system, but it does have auto as well as low, and then you've got drive modes too. Start her up. Nice soft touch trim all around the steering wheel with some silver trim there at the bottom. Practical controls like your voice command controls, heated steering wheel, controls for the center stack, radio controls in the back, as well as paddle shifters. And we have our cruise control there on the other side, and then it says a column shifter now. Now, full digital gauge cluster might be overwhelming, but one nice thing is that you can change what this displays. So a lot more customizable than an analog, which is a plus. 360 camera system, pretty good resolution with the system, not a huge screen view though. As for the rest of the infotainment system, quick response time with the screen. It comes with Android Auto and Apple CarPlay, and then you notice at the bottom you've got your shortcuts for the climate as well as the heated seats. And the only physical buttons below the screen are for the climate, so a lot of stuff built into the screen. There's some nice trim kind of across the whole dash section too. This comes equipped with a wireless phone charging pad. We've got some USB ports, cup holders, and we've got a big center console with some more USBs. This particular Tahoe has a panoramic sunroof. 2025 Tahoe LT, base MSRP $65K after all options on this one, $72,815. Let's see how this Tahoe performs. Well, well, well. Tahoe Duramax. Now I've already reviewed the new Duramax in the Tahoe, but I picked out this one because it's not the most affordable version of the Tahoe. That'd be the LS. But this is a more affordable version of the Tahoe. This is kind of like the everyman's Tahoe in a way. Well, still over $70,000, but that's the price you pay for these new full-size SUVs nowadays. Pretty crazy, but that is the world that we live in. Now the diesel is a wonderful powertrain. It's got tons of low-end torque. It's very smooth. It is not the quietest powertrain, but the noises it makes are nice. So it's not one of those things where you're annoyed with the sound. It's a pleasant experience. Ride quality is really good. That's one thing I think General Motors does an exceptional job with, is the ride quality of their vehicles. And this doesn't have the air suspension, just the standard springs. But it does still have independent suspension, which does help out quite a bit with the ride quality and handling. Yeah, not bad over all the bumps. Not bad at all. And the low end torque on this is phenomenal. You just get this nice consistent shove of power. And you really don't have to go high up into the RPMs at all. You just kind of feather into it here and there. I do love this torque. It's quite impressive, actually. And you know, the seats, Chevy seats are definitely firmer, but you know, they're not the worst. It's not bad at all. Yeah, this is a cool rig. This is unique. I mean, how much fuel do we have? Okay, so we're at a quarter of a tank, roughly, a little bit higher. And what in the world is that person doing? Okay, welcome to 2025, folks. They're looking at me because I got a camera on my head, and I'm looking at them because they're driving on an electric scooter together. Anyways, quarter of a tank, roughly quarter of a tank, 160 miles of range, we'll say. So full tank, you're gonna have over 600 miles of range. That's nice for a family car. It's nice to be able to do a road trip, and if you're not going too far, right, you don't have to fill up once. So that's convenience. Let me know your thoughts.